Hey y'all, got a couple things I wanted to talk about today. One is I've decided what I want to do for the month of April and possibly longer than that. I think this really is not the right time for me to do a long-term juice fast, but I love how I feel on juice fast, so I want juice, in fact, at least a few days at a time, to be part of juice only, to be part of my life as much as possible. So anyway, I've been thinking about, well, you know, you could juice 4 days and eat 3 days, or juice fast except for one meal on Saturday and Sunday, or, you know, there's a lot of variables, really, believe it or not, within what I do. And I want to find out, I mean, what I just kind of going with it, and anything healthy goes. You know, I've mentioned that I only stock my kitchen with things that are okay for me to eat, so that if you read my blog, it's the difference between a little slip up and screwing the pooch. If I go into my kitchen and I'm supposed to be on juice fast and I have a banana, you know, or whatever, I'm whatever, then it's a slip up. But if there's chips and dip in there and I go down a whole bag of chip and a container of dip, that's screwing the pooch and gonna get me nowhere. Except the Undertaker. But I still have a lot of weight to lose, a lot. I've lost 75 pounds. I need to lose probably another 100. I don't want to just get to the point where I'm not, you know, I don't want to just get to where I can fasten the seatbelt in an airplane seat. That's not good enough. It's not about how I look for me at all, but I want to be healthy and fit, even though I'm in my 50s. And I'm going to prove that that can be done. The second half of my video, or possibly a second video, I haven't really decided yet, depends on how long this one goes, will be about, I'm going to prove that you can do that even if you're poor folks. Because trust me, we're poor folks. My husband's a truck driver. I haven't been able to work in a couple of years because I got so sick. I mean, if you can't even walk on your own to the bathroom, how are you going to hold it down a job? It became tricky. That's no longer the case, and as soon as we know for sure where we're going to end up, excuse me, I have my drink here. As soon as we know where we're going to end up, I intend to get work again. But we don't know for sure exactly where. We're going to be buying land and things, so we don't know exactly where we're going to live. As soon as that's settled, by fall anyway, I'll be working again. So my poor hubby can come home once in a while. So anyway, right now I need to find out what won't just keep me on the healthy path and keep me, you know, gradually now and then losing a little bit, you know. I need to kick this weight to the curb, right? The usual rules will apply through any of this that I'm doing. You know, the very low sodium, very, very low dairy, hardly ever meat. I just don't want meat anymore. If I really want meat and can get some that's locally grown, organic, grass-fed, then I'll eat it. I'm not, you know, I know some people are 100% vegan and all that. That's not me, and we're talking about me here. So, for one thing, my brother that we just found, he was given up for adoption at birth, and just found him after looking for like 35 years. My sister and I had been looking, and come to find out he had done some looking on his own too. And we finally found him, and he's going to be coming out to visit, and I promise you there will be some cooking out. I'll probably have like some kebabs or something that are mostly veggie with a little meat on there, or a foil packet, you know, with some fish and veggies, and you just put it down in the coals, or, you know, I don't have a problem doing something like that. And for those who are offended by any talk of eating meat at all, then you're just gonna have to, you know, you do your thing and I'll do mine. But what I'm gonna do is take all the different variables of what I do. You know, there are people who like stick to 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day, whatever, and well, I will have 2 juices, I will have a salad, and I will have a cooked meal, or, you know, or I can do just raw till 4. And my initial thought, that's definitely going to be one of the options. Just raw till 4 with 1 or 2 juices a day being part of the raw. But I'm going to do each version of this, I'm going to do for at least 2 weeks, because I think you need to do it for at least 2 weeks to really get a handle on how effective it is, or how ineffective it is, and how you feel while doing it, and how realistic and practical it is for you to implement under this circumstance or that circumstance, you know. So anyway, so for 2 weeks at a time, possibly interspersed here and there with 2 weeks of juice fasting in between plans, to kind of give me a reset, you know. Plan A, the first one, I'm calling loosey-goosey, because it's really fairly unstructured. I don't care how many meals there are per day. I'm not going to limit how much I eat. I'm not going to prescribe when I eat certain things or anything like that. I'm going to have at least 2 juices a day. If I want more, I'll have more. If I want fresh, whole, raw, any fruit, vegetable, I'm going to have it. I can have, if I want, 1 cooked meal a day. It doesn't have to be after 4. If I want to have 1 cooked meal at lunch, I'll have 1 cooked meal at lunch. Gonna keep it, if I'm not going to completely exclude certain processed foods, as long as I can read the label and know that what's in it. Like if it says tomatoes, water, that's it, then, you know, that's fine. There's some kale chips. I can't make, trust me, I will try again when I have a better kitchen to work with, but right now I can't make kale chips, and I love them. So, you know, there's kale chips that I buy, but the ingredients are kale and salt, you know, and they're low sodium. They're not high sodium, but they do have sodium. And I'm going to track everything, you know, like religiously, and document everything so that I can have a really good idea of the effectiveness or lack of effectiveness of each thing. I'm going to be really low salt on all of them, because I just believe that's necessary for me. I'll continue to supplement with B12 and iodine, because I think those are important for me. It will always be no gluten. Once in a while, maybe like an Udi's gluten-free slice of bread or something, but I try not to get too much of that kind of thing in my diet, and it's just not necessary. If I want salad, I'm gonna have salad. That's probably going to be true on anything I do except straight juice fast. There's just not a bad thing about eating a salad, unless you suffocate it in pre-made dressing. I will watch how much dressing I use, and I will try to make it as often as I can homemade dressing. And I'll watch the ingredients label. But not, like I said, this first plan is called loosey-goosey. It's really not super structured. But it's high raw, high fruit and veg, but not 100% vegan. I need to do another video sometime about that term, about using the word vegan, because I mean, I shy away from it now because I really don't want someone to get the idea that I am an actual vegan. That's a whole entire separate movement. I'm in this for my health. Okay, another video, another time. I'm gonna always get as much, you know, water as I can manage. I usually get between 60 and 90 ounces of water a day, and that's been working great for me. I don't see that changing. I do occasionally put flavor in. I put like lemon and ginger, or some pomegranate. Just juice the seeds of pomegranate, put it in your water. It's lovely. Things like that. But that's water aside from any herbal tea that I drink. I do also sometimes do a morning drink of hot water with lemon and ginger, and, you know, things like that. I don't count. I'm talking about just my jug of water. I get 60 to 90 ounces, plus the herbal teas and stuff. So I'm not going to limit how much fruit I have. If I want my cooked meal to be a starch, like potato or brown rice, it will be. I'm really curious as this goes on to kind of put to the test, because there's really some conflicting advice out there. There's, you have people saying we eat way too much. We just don't need to eat that much, and then you've got a lot of the raw vegans saying people don't eat enough, eat tons of calories, and little stick thin people telling you to eat 6,000 calories of fruit a day. I mean, there's some pretty big variations in the advice for people that are living whole food, plant-based type lifestyle. And I'm going to see what variation, where I fit in there, that actually works the best for me. And who knows, that may be end up giving up 100% of the meat and dairy, which I have not at this point. I mean, it's been a long time since I just don't do meat very much. I just don't care to. And fish. I do have fish like once a month or so. But if I really want to have it, I'm gonna have it for now. That could change. Who knows? I do at this point occasionally put a little bit of feta cheese or Parmesan cheese or Asiago cheese on my salad, and I love it like that. So it's going to take some doing to get me to quit that, but I am going to at some point include that variation in there and see if it has an effect. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to necessarily be raw till 4. If I want my cooked meal to be for lunch, it'll be for lunch. And I can't remember what all I've said now, because this is like my 3rd attempt at this video. So to recap, for this first 2 weeks, 2 to 3 days a week, probably 3 usually, will be 100% juice. Because 3 days of 100% juice will make you feel so fantastic that you want to do it every week. At least 2 juices every day. All the fruits, all the raw vegetables, all the salad that I want. Be reasonable with the salad dressing. Try to make it myself. Low salt, low dairy, no gluten. And honestly, probably not any meat. Maybe a little bit of meat. If I eat anything processed, even if it's supposed to be vegan, I will diligently read the labels and avoid chemicals and additives. And we'll see where that gets me 2 weeks from now. Because I've been on a plateau and I am ready to kick that puppy to the curb. Alright? That's what I'm saying. And I think I'm going to make my other subject a separate video, because it feels like this has already been fairly long. I wish I had a counter on the front there that told me how long, but I don't. So I do have a new camera and I like it because it has a front-facing thing, so I can see if I'm still in the frame and not end up with half of the video like that. So yeah, that's it for me right now. Juice on, y'all. We got this.